What's going on, everyone? YouTube. My name is Jonathan Els. I'm a personal health and fitness coach. I've been doing this for more than 13 and a half years professionally, more than 15,500 professional paid hours with clients, and that's not the free ones, that's not consultations, that's paid working hours with clients. 3-time Atlantic Canadian Top Trainer of the Year, and a whole bunch of other stuff I'm not going to ramble about. Former trainer of trainers. I trained trainers for 7 years. And I'm going to review my current assortment, or my current, what do we call this? I'm going to review my barefoot shoes that I have right now. So I've been wearing barefoot shoes since 2012, but I've been wearing barefoot shoes only, completely barefoot shoes, since 2019, okay? Including my winter boots when I was back in Canada. By the way, I'm Canadian. I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. It's in the East Coast if you're not that familiar with Canada. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to review this stuff. I'm going to review these shoes, and well, first thing that people ask is, what the heck is a barefoot shoe? So in case you don't know what a barefoot shoe, it has 3 main qualities. The first quality about a barefoot shoe is that it's flat. So there's no elevation of the heel over the forefoot. The second quality is that they're wide, and specifically they're wide in the toe box. So where your toes go, it allows your toes to spread or splay, which is a technical term for that. So your feet can splay in a barefoot shoe, which is really, really important for a lot of things, which I'm going to cover in a second. The third quality of barefoot shoes is that they're flexible. The upper and the lower is very flexible. So your feet, for lack of better terms, can do feet shit. And when your feet can do feet shit, your feet function better, your body functions better, you can have improved posture over time, you get better muscular activation. And should I mention, they're just freaking comfortable. They're just so comfortable. It feels like you're not wearing shoes. When you first make a transition from a normal shoe to a barefoot shoe, there is a period where your feet get hypersensitive, but then after that, you don't even recognize the difference. I can't tell the difference. It's been 4.5 years of me wearing solely just barefoot shoes. So, what are the shoes I currently have in my roster? That's the word I was hunting for earlier. My roster. First one I'm going to cover is my staple. This is my third pair of this type of sneaker. It is the feelgrounds Originals. This one is specifically the original knit. So I had 2 pairs of white, all whites. They were called the feelgrounds Original Mesh. And the mesh is a little bit more breathable, but this knit variation is almost as breathable, and it looks better. It looks better, and the biggest benefit of these feelgrounds is that you can wear this kicking around. This is the shoe I've been wearing traveling through the airports and everything. This shoe goes good with shorts. It goes well with jeans. You could even, if you had this colorway, you could probably make it work with business casual. You could probably make that work. But what I'm trying to get at here is this is an amazing all-around shoe. It is a barefoot shoe. You can see that the toe box is wide. And this knit material is amazing. I specifically bought black because, well, white shoes get dirty, and you'll see in a second what I mean by that. But the best thing about this knit material is I actually wore this in Peru. I wore this pair of shoes to the 2 ruins we went to, and it's just all loose dust. And they were completely dirty, and I was like, this is gonna be impossible. These things are ruined. Nope, because feelgrounds coats this knit material with a water repellent material. So in the rain, I specifically bought these because Peru gets rainy, and Colombia gets rainy sometimes, so I don't want to have soaked feet like I'm going to have in my other ones. But I got back from the ruins in Peru, and I took a wet face cloth, and I literally just wiped the outside of this shoe. And other than a little bit of scuffing here on the base, could you tell that this is not a brand new shoe? No. Could you tell this looked gray? It looked beige because it was so dirty with dust? No, you can't. Other than the base. Awesome shoe, super flexible, super comfortable, second best toe box in the game. I've had lots of different barefoot shoes from different brands. Second best toe box in the game, and feelgrounds actually took great care in this because they had a previous model which had a slightly less ergonomic toe box, slightly less foot-shaped toe box. And they went ahead and advanced it and made a new version about 2 years ago, and I'm telling you, it's worth it. Feelgrounds, and also they're also affordable. I don't know what they are now, and it depends on your country. These come in from Germany, I think. Where are they? They're made in Vietnam, but they come in from, I'm quite sure they're a German brand. Anyway, Feelgrounds. In case you don't hear through my Canadian accent, that's where we're at, okay? My favorite all-around barefoot shoe. They're very minimal. So I'm gonna say if it's your first barefoot shoe ever, you're gonna find these things a little bit rough. You're gonna wanna put a insole in those things, okay? So those are my all day, all around, muddy weather, dirty weather, barefoot shoe. They're not good for the gym. They're not good for hiking. We were supposed to go to Machu Picchu. If we went to Machu Picchu, I was gonna buy a separate pair of shoes just to destroy that day. So they're not good for those type of activities, but for daily all around use, they are my number ones. So, secondly, we have these are Xero Dylan. They are one of the newest styles in the Xero brand. It's my first pair of Xeros. They are pretty damn good looking for a barefoot shoe. I would argue they're not quite as good looking as the Feelgrounds, but they're a close second. Now these are amazing because they've got this meshy, breathable upper, which is really breathable and really flexible as well. Obviously you can see they're all whites, so I wanted all whites. I knew I didn't want to wear black all the time, and I needed something for like sunnier days and when I want to wear whites. Well, this was the shoe I stumbled upon. My first pair of Xeros. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, Xeros have the best toe box, width of the toe box that I've had in any barefoot shoe that I've ever had. This particular pair of Dylans, they have an awesome toe box. You never feel like your toes are touching anything. Awesome toe box, but also it doesn't look goofy. Like look at the profile of the shoe. It doesn't look goofy. You know how some barefoot shoes can look like duck feet, clown shoes? These don't. Great shoe, super comfortable, not quite as minimal feeling as the Feelgrounds are, but close. Pretty damn close. I would say that the stack height or the thickness of the sole here is maybe 1, maximum 2 millimeters more than the Feelgrounds. So anyway, good looking shoe, nice casual shoe. This is not made for the gym. This is made for shorts and jeans and stuff like that. And it sure for sure does that. Now I will say for the Feelgrounds versus the Xero shoe, the Dylans, the sole is more durable on the Dylans and it's slightly more stiff as a result than the Feelgrounds. Okay, so it's really important that you guys note that if you are looking for a shoe that's a little more durable, if you're hard on shoes, maybe the Xero Dylan's gonna be a better option. And they do have them in black as well. So if you want a black colored shoe, they have them. Second thing I'm gonna say is when it gets wet, I bought these shoes for raining, the Feelground sole gets a little slippery. And I think that could be hazardous for certain people. I'm pretty agile for an old guy. But the sole of a couple times I had to walk when it got wet in Colombia, and the sole of the Xero Dylan does not get slippery like the Feelgrounds. So that is something to note there as well. Now my third pair while I'm traveling here is my third pair, and they are dirty right now, are my Flux footwear trainers. My Flux footwear trainers. Now, these ones are I only work out in them, but a couple things I want to tell you about these is these are an amazing, first off, they're dirty right now, but you can tell this is a pretty damn good looking shoe. It's a pretty damn good looking shoe. It barely looks like a barefoot shoe. It looks more like a CrossFit Nano or you know, a Nike Metcon or like another training shoe that you would train in, a No Bull, something like that. No Bull is probably the best example. It looks more like that. Now, what I am gonna say about this one is the upper is incredibly flexible. It's like elasticy, incredibly flexible. Laces, elastic as well. Elastic laces. So it's super, you get so much stretch in these shoes, and that's actually one of my complaints. I think they almost stretched out too much for me. The second thing is they get this really cool, like a hexagon cone type insole that kind of massages your feet. It feels awesome. And they continue this same pattern with their brand logo right on the bottom here. And these things are super flexible, very, very flexible, but flexible at a level that the Xeros cannot match. But once again, these are made for training. So they're super flexible, a little dirty right now, but super flexible. These are an amazing beginner barefoot shoe because I will say that the bottom has a little more cushion than normal. Barefoot shoes aren't normally this cushioned. And the way they feel on your foot feels more like a normal shoe. So if you're looking to make that first transition, maybe with a gym shoe, these are a great alternative to something. If you've been thinking about Vivo Barefoot or something like that. There's another brand called Tolos that look amazing that I almost bought instead of these because they're like more of a conventional barefoot shoe. But this Flux footwear looks great. Now, my only complaint, other than the fact, I guess two complaints. They stretched a little too much. The only other complaint I have is the toe box. They say it's wide, but guys, it's not wide. Look at the Xero. Look at the Xero compared to the Flux. Let me get the actual. You can't really tell when they're side by side like this. Just because the way the rubber is in the Flux. But what I'm going to tell you is that the toe box on the Flux footwear is not wide. It is by far my biggest beef that I have with the Flux footwear. And not only is it not wide, it's not foot shaped. It's not foot shaped. So my pinky toes are always crammed and my big toe is pushed in a little bit like this. And I don't like that. So as a result of that, unless Flux change their toe box, I will not be buying another pair of Flux again. Okay? With all the things that I love about these, the style, the flexibility, the way the insole feels. Oh, another big benefit for the Flux, these are dirty right now. You can literally throw these into a washing machine and wash them. I've already done it twice. Don't dry them in there, obviously, but wash them. Cold water, normal detergent. I washed these bad boys twice. And anyway, yeah, so great shoe. That's my third pair. So those three are my current roster of barefoot shoes. Once again, if you have any questions on these barefoot shoes, man, drop them down in the comments. I'll answer any question you have with barefoot shoes in general. I also have a really old video with other barefoot shoes I've owned in the past. I have a bunch in the middle that I don't have on video. I've got a bunch in storage in Canada, a bunch in storage in Miami. But I'm a barefoot shoe fanatic. I've worn a lot of them. But anyway, I just want to share this with you guys today. And like I said, if this helps you give you some ideas for what you want for travel, this helps give you some ideas what your next pair of barefoot shoes is going to be, or maybe your next pair of training shoes, what your next pair of training shoes is going to be, whether you're looking just to go to the gym or whether you're looking to travel. Maybe you're looking to travel and go to the gym like I do. Here are my opinion, what I thought was the best options for me, and they might be the best options for you. Thanks a lot for tuning into this video. Maybe it was a bit more long-winded than I thought, but make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. If you want fitness, health, and travel-related content, you will find that on here. Like I said, I'm a personal health and fitness coach. That is my bread and butter. So if you have any questions to do with health, fitness, nutrition, weight loss, I am your guy. Drop any of those questions down below. Also, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I will put the links right in the description down there as well. And hit that bell icon if you want to be notified every time I make a video like this. Peace.